Welcome back to Hammond's Dream, where we finally hit 2.5 stars randomly after a storm. We just happened to get things just perfectly in view, I guess. It worked out. So the big thing here that I'm going to immediately do is tuberculosis vaccine, because this has been awful. It doesn't really matter who I put in the second slot. Give me that. There goes all my money again. Hooray. So, one storm and a reboot later, we have the next paddock made here. This is what is usually referred to as the Tyrannosaurus paddock. We are going to use it as a Metri paddock. We've cut it in half here because there's no reason to have it be this big, and having it be this big is usually detrimental because there's no way to get this middle section in view. And since we're doing these subsections with fences, there's no reason not to do this here. We've gone ahead and followed a design that still is somewhat reminiscent of the Tyrannosaur paddock in the film, even though we've moved that to be elsewhere on the island. So we definitely followed, the paddock layout in terms of fences, the roadway, etc. But we have gone ahead as well and put in a bathroom here with this little roundabout extension here on the tour. And I kind of designed this vaguely like a moat in the sense that there's a slope here on the hill that's pushed up against the fence. And I think that'll give this exhibit its own kind of unique vibe of like looking down into the Metries. And putting Metriacanthosaurus on this side also makes sense because usually maps put it up here as one of the kind of side exhibits on the Triceratops paddock on most computer monitors, which kind of peels off this way. And for us, it seems like kind of a good compromise with like where it is. That's based on the brochure map. The brochure map shows Metri up in this corner, so people usually put in the trike pen. So I think it's a good compromise with where it's often depicted. And it makes sense to put it in, it's like one of the larger carnivores, so put it in one of the larger paddocks, right? Let's go ahead and start digging it up as well. We have just enough money after the storm to do this. And it was a nice, easy storm, so we don't have any substantial injuries or repairs that need to be done around the park. So I feel safe doing this. Except that I can't do that now. Whatever. Just do a little bit. It's fine. So this is what our 11th species Metri, right? Core 7, Herrera, Seji, Berry. Metri for 11, 12 Procerat, 13 Stego. What am I missing? Oh, Corythosaurus. I skipped Corythosaurus. This is our 12. Yeah. Yeah, so Metri. This will be our Stego pen, I think, and then we'll do Proceratosaurus over here. So the tour is run, well, it's already running backwards now. Hold on. Because it always resets when you rebuild the tour route. Well, whatever. It's bad for it to run backwards right now too, because all this upward stretch is like there's no dinosaurs to be seen up here, right? We want them to head down here to make sure we see the herbivores as soon as possible, like the Rex, that kind of stuff. So we do need more baryonyx, but I'm not super concerned about rushing them out. So yeah, Metri, these will just be open pens that are unoccupied because they're not really in view of the tour. And then we'll just have what would be the Triceratops paddock on the monitor as one big pen for Stego, and then, yeah, the other pen, also the same concept, except it'll be little Proceratosaurus. So it makes sense that Proceratosaurus first, Stego second, Metriacanthosaurus and Baryonyx. Working your way up to bigger carnivores, and then you go into the herbivore sector, and then you see the Rex to like wrap up the tour with a Dilos, a palate cleanser, I guess. As good as anything. Silver is welcome. Okay, decent progress. Definitely need, well, we can't afford to do the second dig, but we definitely want to build up some cash reserves before we do it. We don't want to go broke on the second dig. Well, with a few pictures, we have enough money. So let's head back out there. Could also consider some research. Large amenities could be good. I mean, I guess like large amenities, large hotels, all that kind of like useful stuff could be worth running. I guess we currently don't need any skins. We can see if that remains true. Other than that, power upgrades, I guess, are probably available now. Could be worth it. I mean, right now it's just a bunch of fence that's unpowered, and like, I don't really want to power it. Well, let's not worry about it till we got the core 15 in the park, I guess. Because we'll need a bunch of money for Pteranodon, for aviary and everything. So, I'm assuming this will finish him up. But I don't actually know. We should be able to be, it should be pretty obvious in a second if he's done, because all we do is just see if he's done. Yes. Could jump straight to Proceratosaurus. Probably just going to worry about getting these guys out first before we do that. Yeah, with $1 million, like, we're ready to go basically on the synthesis job, too. Oh, you're already doing it. Cool. So, for the Metriacanthosaurus, we don't care about Intol. We do have a 93 skin, which is just the Hammond collection. Spoiler. Don't know. I mean, it does the job. Let's just get rid of Intolerant here. It's not, I guess the Hammond collection one is listed as a Jurassic Park figure, and it shows the DNA vial. That's probably the logic there. That would imply that it's supposed to be the 93 Metri. But we've never seen a 93 Metri, so it's as good as anything, right? Basically. Alright, some money. Put in there. Unfortunately, we happen to have a storm rolling in. I guess we'll see what happens here. Okay, they are dropping. Where's the third one? There it is. Concussed Gallimimus. We'll go ahead and just take care of that immediately. Other problems. Well, this is a problem, huh? Oh, no, they're moving. Well, that's probably a fucking problem. I assume that's cut power to that. Oh, it's connected to the fence. I think when I built this, it wasn't connected to the fence initially because I just didn't do it. But it was always going to be connected to the fence. So, like, what was the fucking point of the power thing? Well, whatever. Yeah, everything's good over here. Let's take a look. One large appetite, humble. That's fine. Question is, how many Metries do I think should be in the park? I'm doing 5 berries. Doing 5 berries and 5 Metries feels weird. 4... 6? Maybe 6. I could just take, like these 4. I mean, that's already $5 million. Holy smokes. Forgot Metries were apparently a little pricey. Let's take the 4 for now. That way we can actually get it done somewhat in a somewhat reasonable time frame, maybe. Did you really jam up my tour here? Kinda. You kicked the hood off that fucking car. I might have to do something about those berries. Seems like we might not be able to keep them over there like that. Did this galley ever get sedated? Like, I'm not sure if that's the galley or if there's another one. Oh, wait, there's one down... Oh, no, that one is concussed. I guess when you click to sedate, the injury marker goes away and it stops being red. Which is weird. Wait, what? Oh, I think I just saw a red marker when I was trying to see a red marker, and yeah. They were not the light red markers. Okay. Get him whipped into shape. Might as well grab him. Okay, yes, and you are concussed. Okay, so just galleys getting their asses kicked by a storm. Fair enough. Okay, storm is over. Get you chucked over here real quick. I guess we'll have to rest the scientists before we hatch the Metries, but, like, we're 1,000 years from hatching the Metries, so this is fine. I could just do 3. 3 Metries, call it a day. You know what? What is their social? I might do 3. Min pop 1. Because then I want to put the raptors back up to 8 on their population, so like having a trio dinosaur in the park feels Jurassic Parky. So it might as well be Metry. Because Barry, we're going to do 5. And then we're sub 4 million, which feels a little more achievable. I might have to full-on reboot this shit. Surely the berries will do something here. Shit. I mean, cars are still moving. Might be okay. Look, as soon as I complained, it fixed itself. Probably because the baryonyx ran right through the middle of it. So, we're going to do a trio. We have the money. Let's just get it going. It's sometime between storms. It could happen at any moment. It could happen in a while. I've been running on slow speed while I just let the cinematic camera play around on the park and see what it can see, so I have no idea how much time is properly elapsed. These guys will take 3 minutes, so probably the storm will end up rolling in before we release them. I think probably we want to just let the storm roll in. That way we don't have to deal with their enclosure needs. Possibly being disrupted or messed up by an ill-timed storm. Well, here they come. It's a very well-made model, like skin, I guess. Probably no model edits. It looks really good. It looks like the Hammond collection figure, and it looks like it does belong in Jurassic Park. It's a properly Jurassic Park style skin, I think. Like reminiscent of the Velociraptor colorings and stuff. Spray and water, you'll be fine. Can't switch between them, but they're all the same. Same skins for all of them. You need to link up with your friends. And yeah, the territory is plenty big. But we can always expand and add more. I don't remember. These guys... Are these guys big enough that they don't eat compies? I don't remember. We could also try the whole Allo Cohab thing, maybe. Although I don't think I'm going to put Allosaurus in this park. Because the justifications for it in a Jurassic Park era park are pretty thin. So yeah, these guys should be a nice bump to appeal. They're already in view. They are 510 apiece. Amenities dipping a little bit. Oh, we need hotels. So, I was going to say we could go do... there's a large JP hotel in this game, right? Is there? I'm having second guessing myself. Yeah, there is a large. Yeah, I was gonna say we could dig up Proceratosaurus, but I mean, let's just do those first. Sure, fuck it. Whoever. We can start replacing smalls with larges to keep the amount of hotels in the park down. I mean, like, this one has to stay small. So I guess the first one we replaced. Yeah, this one's here on a weird corner. We'll clear this out. Also, these amenities actually might be filling up. Yeah, because we just added appeal to this tour. 95, 93, 95. Could try turning those on. Although 95 is not that bad. Maybe we can just keep it as is and then switch them over the next time we add a new species. There's the storm I was expecting to come soon. We managed to beat it with the Metries, though. That's fine. Yeah, I think we'll just weather the storm and then think about the Procerato dig. Got our first large hotel in, and I've deleted the small, redone some stuff here. Put it over here, that way it's like on a nice, little lakefront view. Nice, prehistoric looking kind of lake. Yeah, I guess got a few different cameras you can look at. It reminds me of conference center I was at for my most recent conference, which was had this like little lake off of this like lake is generous. This fucking bog off of this like yard area. Yeah, and you get like the little corner of the pen here. I think it's cool. Except that it was just a shithole. The fucking bog off the back of the meeting area looked awful. Like chunks of random concrete, a lot of algae growing, like very, very strange. So that, but good instead of bad. Let's go ahead and get digging though, too, and check out all this mess that I did not pay any attention to. Ceratosaurus. What's the problem? Oh, the gate was broken by the storm, so I queued it up to get fixed, right? And then this happened. You'll be fine. Both of you will be fine. Unexpected trick there by the game. That was pretty funny. You're good. They were trying to kick their way out and they couldn't do it. They were doing those jumpy emu kicks and they couldn't get nowhere with it. Not a bad haul. We gotta put the logistics person on break, which I guess means we're just kind of sitting. In the meantime, I could try... All the vaccines are done, so that's nice. I haven't had a disease outbreak in a hot moment. We could do some of these just to get them done in case we need them later. Actually, some of the dinosaurs we're going to put in the park, I haven't really thought about what skins I want on them. Like Proceratosaurus, actually, I need to think about. So, maybe I should do some of these. Well, one of these, I guess. Sure. That might be about it. I mean, I could start to think about the aviary. It's only 900k. Is it? Did I make this cheaper? Is it cheaper in this mode? Did they change this from being super expensive at one point, or did I imagine it being stupidly expensive? We do have Pteranodon unlocked, so we could dig it up at any point. We could also make the push for heavy fences. I don't know. Sent out another expedition. We're just going to keep unlocking these various patterns that we have access to in the meantime. Just in our downtime between expeditions and whatnot. I think I'm just going to kind of pick a Procerado skin based on, like, the color preview rather than actually go to the species viewer, because I don't want to mess up my tour. Like, the positions of the cars will reset, and then profits tank, and everything takes longer. So, fossils. Nice haul of extra stuff again. We are still working on research. Does this at least finish the expedition? Looks like it. Great, because I don't have any money. Because, ta-da, the paddocks are completed. Well, they're still building, but yeah. The perimeter fence for the other two paddocks is in here, plus the interior fence for the actual enclosures. Gates, some initial vegetation, lakes, water sources, all that put in. And I started putting trees in here just to flesh this out, and then that's when my money hit zero and a storm rolled in. So here we are. That should be the one injured. Yep. Well, it looks to me like we have enough money again, though. Things recover pretty quick that we can pop into here and keep pushing these. The upside is the economy is really good because we basically started from a position that was kind of mediocre, and we've only ever been improving by adding just more dinosaurs without really having to expand like the amount of amenities or anything. So that's pretty efficient when that works. Usually means you built really poorly to start with, though, which is, I mean, it's Jurassic Park. It's inherently poorly built as far as the game mechanics are concerned, right? Tours are just really bad in this game, unfortunately. All right, well, there's Proceratosaurus. Probably not going to be in any position to clone it anytime soon, but we're getting close. Oh, one thing I should have done, and apparently still can do because somehow we've still got a good amount of cars, is move this, straighten this out, because this is technically wrong. Ah, fuck it, it's fine. We'll do it now. Because that was built in a way where we were trying to optimize visibility of the wrecks. Not in a way that actually reflects any real concern or thought on how it should be laid out in the park. So we'll do that. There. Nice, more centralized path on the tour. Really, it hangs more of like a sharp curve here, but with the way this interior paddock is laid out, we got to kind of do it that way. We could cut this down in the corner a little more. I don't know. It's fine. Just don't look at the wrecks. That's for later. There, perfect. You can maybe get the slightest hint here, then you go on the tour. Maybe another slight hint there, and like, ooh, spicy, a T-Rex. Sure would like to see that. And then it makes it halfway around, a hurricane hits and you die. So, fantastic. Procerato's actually pretty cheap, so we can at least, like, get these guys synthing up. We could just mix up the colors some. What if we grabbed all the blues and greens? They could be the one that's, like, really colorful. And maybe we'll just do strictly lethal baits so the patterns match. I don't know. Sure. %50 intolerant. That's gonna be weird. We need specifically social humble and tolerant to get the alpha. I guess we'll try it like this. Otherwise, if we get an intel, like, anti-alpha, we just don't hatch it. It should be fine. Sure. Why not? What am I doing? I'm doing genes. That's what I'm doing. I guess I could have done another pattern gene before we just did that, but it's fine. If it actually is black, which it's probably not anyway, it'll be fairly reserved, which matches the Jurassic Park skins conceptually more than it would otherwise. Well, that is the full tour loop. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Social humble intel. A lot of aggressives. I'm not going to hatch the aggressives. So we hatch 4 of these guys only in this clutch if I don't hatch the aggressives. 35% dominance. I mean, it's $1,000,000 anyway. I might as well just hatch 4 and call it good. Mangrove Rana, Mangrove Rana, Mangrove Rana, Mangrove Rana. Wait, did I not randomize? Oh, I didn't. I didn't fucking set up the skins right anyway. I favored it, but I never set the random. Wait. This is... Why is this lethal baits and not Rana? Huh. Well, that's a mystery. I guess because I didn't make any edits to the genes that defaulted to Rana, even though we don't have it unlocked here. But I swear I clicked lethal baits, which should have kept. Yeah, and the other genes are modified. Maybe it's a bug where it starts out as lethal baits, but produces as Rana, and so even if you click on the pattern and click back on like lethal baits, it just doesn't actually change. Curious, that one. Well, what did I say we needed here? Yeah, 1,300,000. This is a new one on me. The cars appear to have collided.
Attention all personnel. Weather reports have identified an approaching storm. Please await further instructions.
Okay, that works. Well, I mean... Oh, it's because... I think I managed to change the direction without the cars leaving. Like, the cars were going past the visitor center and then south and around to the north side. But whenever you change the path, it resets. Clockwise or anti-clockwise, resets to whatever defaults as. So probably there were all these cars here that were still traveling and then reset to go this direction. And that one car just, like, blocked the exit / entrance. It bugged out. Let's put this actually in the proper direction, maybe, because the tour is almost ready to go. Sure. Sorry, proper direction is in the opposite of the movie. Because we're working with the hypothesis the tour was run backwards to see the Tyrannosaurus earlier. I think we're good enough to do this. We'll grab you, get him sped up a little bit. Should be fine. Should be good. No storm's gonna happen. Yeah, that's a fine enough look for the Procerato. Like, they're always gonna be gaudy. It's a fairly reserved blue and green color palette, which is what I kind of wanted on them. Yeah. We'll add some more, get a little bit of diversity of colors in here, but still keep with the blues and greens. I guess we'll keep the Rana patterning too, just for consistency. You guys didn't find your one meat feeder yet? There you go. Okay. Yeah, I gave him a goat, but apparently that was a mistake. thought they were goat. I thought, like, these guys were big enough, but I'm wrong. I mean, they are definitely little guys. Well, next question. How much is an Expedition 4 Stegosaurus? 576. I believe that we're not going to immediately get crushed by a storm, and I can do this. There we go. At least try to get started on Stego today, if nothing else. Definitely want more of these guys, but, like, I'm also just pushing diversity here for the sake of money. That might also be a good moment to check. Yeah, amenity coverage is dipped. So, yes, that's what I kind of figured. Presumably we don't need these guys. And it's just turning back on these mediums will do the job. I mean, maybe not. I'm also surprised they're basically configured correctly still. Like, somehow. Genuinely surprising. 374. I mean, basically. This is mostly fine. Might have to put another small green bonus in here, or not. It's just going to be weird with tours. Let's not worry about it. It's fine. Well, there's our first batch of Stego coming with some Palladium, giving us a pretty nice rebate, actually, for that dig site. Surprising, actually. Used to getting pretty screwed on these digs. We do have to go back, so going back is probably going to be nothing. That's going to suck. That's where we'll pay the price. They're going to do something else, and I don't remember what. Well, this must not have been important. I mean, yeah, I called it was going to be bad, but, I mean, there was some shrimp. Little shrimp. So, I mean, it's still very bad just because it's not worth, you know, the fact that we had to go back. 1 mil, 2.6. Damn. Is that it for Stego, though? No. Let's do the 702. Maybe it'll pay for itself. Unlikely. I can wait on the rest. I might as well. Another round here of Steg. With a few turtles, you know, it makes sense. Stegosaurus got armor on its back. Turtles have armor on their back. Totally logical. Very, very tight theming at that dig site. Looks like we won't be able to go back. Well, I could have sent him back, because we don't need to rest immediately. I'm just used to it. With narrative events turned off, we don't get punished, but whatever. Dinosaur Monument B was finished, so we're down to just the really expensive one. Which I was saying, I think maybe we can squeeze Stego out, but I forgot that this was going to be $1 million just to do this. $1 million and 3 people even, which is real rough. Alright, here's our haul, some Sonodonts. We should be able to puzzle piece this shit together. Yes. Do we... Hopefully we don't have to go back to the field. That's my big hope and dream. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Right? It's not just I don't have the money. These are, yeah. Research to unlock Cleveland Lloyd, so it's completed. So that should be it. That should be Stego complete. So let's go ahead and rest you, and, I mean, at the very least, we can check out the egg clutch. So after this, all that remains is Pteranodon. We have a variety of modded skins. There should be none for the Jurassic World one, yeah. 97 has, oops, 97A, 97B, 2001. So, yeah, basically male, female Stegosaurus have like slightly different colorizations or plates, colors maybe, in The Lost World. And then in JP3, all the Stegos are just big green dummies. We'll get rid of Intol here because that actually might mess up the enclosure long term. Humble Social, a little bit of Unfit, does not matter. 255 to Synth, who knows how much to actually hatch. But probably fine. We did, what, 8 trikes? Can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. Maybe... I mean, I don't know. If we were following the Stegosaurus and Triceratops populations from the novel, we would have 4 and 8. 4 Stegosaurus, 8 Triceratops. Wait, is it 8 trikes in the novel? It's definitely 4 Stegos. Well, anyway, I don't remember. We can't do 4 Stegos, though, because of their social. Probably... do I want the aggressive? Dislikes and threatens all of the species. I intend to put something else in this exhibit eventually, I think. No, I'm definitely gonna. Because I think, spoiler, Mamenchisaurus has to go in this pen if I'm going to put it anywhere on the tour. And I don't really want to start a new pen for it. So if we take just 4 here, that's 1 mil 5. I believe, is their social still... Minpop's actually 4. Okay, no, we can just start with 4. I mean, I could just do 4 in that case. Like, if I want the reference to the novel, 97B, 97B, 2001, 2001, no 97As. But we didn't get any 97As anyway. Okay, let's start with just this set of 4. We can do the novel reference to start with. Let's just do you. And then we can expand the herd out larger later in phase 2 and bring in more. Because the idea is basically kind of have your 15 species starting Jurassic Park roster. Well, I mean, the real start was the 7 or 8 initial species, depending on if you count the Herrera. But we get the 15, that's like the canonical, quote-unquote, like opening day Jurassic Park 15 species tour. And then we expand out for Hammond's greater dream of 25 species, bringing in Lost World stuff and some side canon stuff. And we can add more Stegos then. That's a perfectly reasonable time. Because I'm definitely adding like Lost World Paras to the JP1 Para herd. And I'm going to bring in... Oh, Raptors. We're going to bring the Raptors back up to 8 with Tiger Stripe Raptors. Yeah. We already did Lost World Galleys. We're not going to do the JP3 Brockies because they clash too much. We're probably not going to do any JP3 stuff. Other than, like, the stuff that blends in subtly, like the Stegosauruses here. So, yeah. Well, this formally marks the completion, then, of the tour. We've got every tour animal exhibited. We need to set up the aviary, but that's going to require us to do all that research as well. So I'm probably going to let us build up a little bit of cash here and worry about it afterwards. I want to do an amenity check, and I kind of forgot. 90% on drinks, but 100% on food. How the fuck does that work? $169 guests, 450. It's just that this is too far away. Very weird. I mean, I could just do this. I mean, apparently that doesn't do shit either. Whatever. They're just being weird. Leave them alone. This is without the stegos anyway. Like, it's kind of irrelevant. Alright, so what would have been the Triceratops paddock, if you believe the monitors, is the stego paddock. These guys are usually put in the south of the park on maps. But as far as I know, I don't think we have anything to go off of on where the stegos would have been, because they're not on the brochure map. The only reason we know Stegosaurus is in Jurassic Park is, one, it's Stegosaurus. Of course it was going to be in Jurassic Park. And two, it's got a DNA vial in the Nedgery DNA theft scene. This is the 2001, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's no remodeling on these. I think they're just recolors of the Lost World Stego. Yeah, you're all green. I cannot switch between these guys when they're being airlifted. Fine. Alright, let's put some we'll put some cycads in kind of like here along the back of the lake. Kind of coming around. And then if we need some fiber, we can do that a little bit on some of the corners in the front. Like that. Okay. You are also 2001, A Space Odyssey. Well, I'm glad that the population is actually 4 for Stego in this game. I forgot that it was actually that low. Because of the trauma of the previous game where it was awfully high. But yeah, I don't know if the plate pattern here is, like, actually different than the in-game 1997 Stego skin. Because it kind of feels different. The lighting is losing its mind. But I'm not sure. I mean, it's different than this for sure. Like, it's very, almost veiny with these, like, darker streaks coming up on it. It looks good. I wish we had a 97A to compare to, though. We can do deliberately just a batch of 97As next time. Have you all found each other? You have. Your needs are good. All right, well, there's our Stego exhibit. And I guess if we can't put the Memenchis there, we could, like, put them in this middle area. I don't know what we'd do with that. Maybe we can get a remote viewing gallery out here. Do something with it that way. I don't know. Well, that'll be it for this episode. Tour complete. Now we just need the aviary, and then we can expand out. So I assume next time we'll get the aviary and expand. Because this series is already getting up there in episode count. We need to make sure this gets wrapped up before too long. We don't want to break too deep into double digits on a series. People stop watching. Shit. Storm now? Really? Yeah, so in a shock twist, that was a mild storm. A mild storm being defined by a storm that only reduces comfort on a dinosaur by 10% instead of 20%, which means the raptors don't need to be sedated. Somehow, like, the last 6 storms have all been 6 maybe. I don't know for sure it was 6, but close to 6, 5, 6 storms. We're all mild. All short storms, a few damaged buildings, no angry raptors. Whereas previously we were getting like 75, 80% of storms being like really harsh, where the raptors would have to be sedated, and we injuries cropping up all over the park, like no injuries from the storm at all, and like more damage than this. We had like 3 buildings damaged, and like the Dilo gate went down, but we fixed it before the Dilos could escape. So I don't know why all of a sudden the game is going easy on us here at the end, but it is, and I probably should shut my mouth and stop complaining.